Hello everyone, welcome to today's Knowledge webinar, VR Creation Without Coding with SimLab. This webinar is an introduction to SimLab VR Studio, which is a complete tool for creating interactive VR experiences without writing a single line of code. The webinar will also cover the sharing systems integrated in SimLab VR Studio, which enables creators to distribute VR experiences to other users or trainees. Today's webinar presenter, Khlaid Abu Eid, is the CCO at SimLab Soft and is responsible for designing the user experience in SimLab Soft products, as well as researching and designing new tools and features in addition to overseeing the user interface design. So he's the right person you want to talk to today if you have questions or comments. And now let me tell you a little bit about Noveg. Noveg is changing the way designers purchase 3D software, offering more choices, more freedom, best advice, and faster service. And this is the page on our catalog where you can find SimLab VR Studio. Check us out at noveg.com. Now I'm going to share Khalid's screen so it can better display the awesome features of SimLab VR Studio. Okay, we can see your screen, Khalid. Great.
All right.
Take it away.
All right. Well, SimLab VR Studio is a software available for Mac and for Windows, and its main focus is creating interactive VR experiences that can be utilized by trainers or by teachers. And basically, it's designed to be easy to learn and easy to use, and everything that you need to do can be done without writing a single line of code. This is the main idea behind SimLab VR Studio. I'm going to now run a demo showing what you can accomplish with SimLab VR Studio. This is in VR. The trainer is using a power drill to perform his training. And of course, it uses a visual node-based system instead of coding, so it's comfortable for everyone to use. I'm gonna go in depth into that later. You can also create quizzes to assess and evaluate your trainees or your students in VR. And of course, it runs on different platforms and different VR devices, so there are no compatibility issues. This is the administrator tool, which can view the results of the employees or the trainees that are taking the quizzes. Let's get into the creation process. I'm going to actually run a VR Studio and start working. Maybe it's better than showing videos. So this is the UI for SimLab VR Studio. And at the bottom, you'll find the libraries, all the assets. I'm going to go to the Academy, the VR creation and basics. I'm just going to import an environment. What I'm going to do is just create a simple interactive VR experience. This is a scene of a theater of some sort, and we have an Earth globe at the center. And what the idea is to try and make it rotate in VR upon interacting with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is quickly create an animation for the globe. So I'm going to select it and go to the animation workbench and create a roundtable animation. I'm going to leave it as the default values. And if I were to play the animation, I'm going to see it's rotating now. Next thing to do is to convert this animation into an animation sequence. So I'm going to select the key and click on this button to create an animation sequence. Then we're going to type in a name for it. I'm going to click OK. Now I can delete the animation because I don't need it, and I've preserved it as a separate asset. If I were to go to the Sequences tab, I will find it right here. And if I were to click play, it's going to rotate. Now, with this being done, I can now use it as an interactive component in VR. The way to do it is to go to the training builder. The training builder, of course, manages the events in VR. It's based on an event response system where I can specify which event it is and connect a response to it. And depending on the event, a response will trigger. So for now, I'm going to select the globe and attach it in the node triggered event. This event is gonna trigger a response whenever this globe is clicked or activated or triggered. And as for the response, I'm going to select a play sequence response. I'm going to select the sequence that I've created, and I'm just going to attach it. On the loop, of course, I can set it to true or false. I'm going to set it to true to have the Earth rotate continuously. Then I'm going to attach it to the node trigger event. Simple as that. I'm going to close the training builder. I'm going to go to the VR viewer menu and click on Show in Viewer. Now I have three options depending on the VR devices I'm using. Right now I'm going to run it in desktop mode so you can see it on the screen. I can also run it in PC VR mode, which uses VR headsets that are attached to the computer, or I can use standalone VR headsets like Quest or Pico or mobile and tablets. Of course, once I select one of the modes, this human character is gonna be imported to the scene, and its job is to specify where the user is gonna start in the VR experience. So I have to specify where exactly in the scene will the user start. So I'm gonna keep it here in front of the globe, and I'm gonna click the check mark to confirm its location. Now, this is running through SimLab VR Viewer, which is a free software that runs VR experiences created by SimLab VR Studio. As you can see, here's the scene. I'm in desktop mode. And now if I were to click at the Earth globe, it's going to start rotating. It's very simple, it's very easy to do and to learn. In addition to the creation, we have a lot of resources that can be utilized in SimLab VR Studio. We have a big library of 3D assets, of textures and materials, as well as the ability to import a huge variety of 3D file formats. So if I were to look, probably all CAD applications are compatible with SimLab VR Studio. In addition to that, we have a huge library for education material in the Academy where I've loaded the scene. If we were to go here and go to the SimLab Academy, you're going to find a lot of tutorials, a lot of videos, along with the models. So if I were to run one of the tutorials, it's going to just open a tutorial. All right. So let's move to the VR evaluation and SimLab VR Studio. In SimLab VR Studio, you can create quizzes and surveys as well as user-defined quizzes. Let's also go ahead to VR Studio quickly. I'm just going to create a quiz real quick. I'm going to go to the libraries, 3D scenes. I'm going to load the safety environment. Once we're inside the environment, now we can go ahead and create a quiz. So let's go to the VR evaluation menu and click on Create Quiz. Oops. It crashed for some reason because I'm running on a beta version, probably.
No problem.
Yeah. All right. Here's the quiz panel. With the quiz selected, we're just going to go to the panel to the right and select the quiz and surveys tab. You can here name the quiz. Just name it first quiz. And we can also here just adjust the colors. And if I were to click apply, it's going to adjust the overlay of the colors in the quiz. Let's click edit and start with the quiz, the questions in the quiz. This dialog, I'm simply just gonna click on the add sign to add a question. I'm gonna click edit, then select either a text question or an interactive question. So let's start with a text question. For the question, I'm gonna ask something about the equipments that we have here. I'm gonna type something simple like that. Which equipment protects the head? So I'm gonna click on this add sign to add the answers. I'm gonna type some of the answers. And now I'm gonna click next to the item that I want to specify as the correct answer. And that'll be it. I've created right now my first question. Of course, I can add as many questions as I want. Let's add another one. I'm gonna also add 4 answers just to be consistent with the first question. Fix the ears. It's the, well, I didn't put the correct answer. Now that I've specified all the questions that I need in the quiz, I'm just gonna need to specify when to run the quiz during the VR experience. And to do that, I'm gonna use the training builder once more. As you can see, there's here a button called Start Quiz. I'm going to use it to trigger the quiz. So with this object selected, I'm going to go to the training builder. I'm going to select the no triggered event, and then I'm going to select the activate quiz response. I'm going to connect them, and with the quiz selected here, I'm going to attach it, and I'll be done. We close now the training builder and just run the VR experience. Again, I need to specify the location of the starting position. Of course, since I've not distributed this through the cloud or anything, I'm just running through a SimLab VR viewer. This is going to tell me that this is a test trial and the results will not be submitted. So it's fine. I'm just going to close this dialog and click on Start Quiz. And now I have the quiz. Click on Start, and I will see the questions that I've set. I'm going to go to full screen mode. Which equipment protects the head? I just need to select one of those to glow it. I'm happy with the answer. I'm going to click Next. And the trainee or the student is going to click Submit, and the results will be sent. Of course, right now, because I'm running a test from SimLab VR Studio, no results will be submitted, but it's fine. Similar to quizzes, you can also create surveys. But before going to surveys, I'm going to talk about interactive quizzes. I'm just going to create another one. Let's just delete this one. Same as before, I'm going to select the tab to be quiz again and click on Edit. And now I'm going to add a question and type select which equipment instead of setting it to a text question, I'm going to switch it to an interactive question. Now with interactive questions, the user can actually select objects from the scene as the answers. So to select objects first, I have to define them as interactive elements. So I'm just going to go to select those objects. I see some of them right here. I'm just going to add them. And now I'm going to add those as answers to this question. And similar to before, I'm just going to check the one that is the correct answer. Text to the head, I haven't added the helmet. Let me just add it quickly. All right, now the helmet is set to be the correct answer. I have the option, of course, to create a glow or glow these objects just to be more vivid for the user. Now that I'm set, I'm going to go to the training builder quickly and attach the quiz. I'm going to select this quiz and just reattach the new quiz. Let's test it out. So as you can see, the options that are available are now glowing, and the user can just pick one of them. And it will glow in a green hue. I'm going to select the helmet now. I'm going to click Next and Submit, similar to before. Surveys are very similar to quizzes. To create a survey, you just need to switch the type from quiz to survey and just click edit. Additionally, surveys will have this star rating system, so I can just remove these and type for the question, asking the user to rate this experience. I'm going to switch to the star rating system and select how many stars. The difference between quizzes and surveys is with surveys you don't specify a wrong answer. So all the questions answered will be all reported as answered and not as a correct or a false to the administrator or the teacher. What I want to say additionally is that you can have multiple quizzes or multiple surveys in the same experience. So you don't have to have only one of them. You can mix and match between multiple quizzes or multiple surveys. In addition to the custom criteria, which you can use the training builder to create. I'm just gonna talk about it in brief because it's more complicated, but just to give you an idea of how to use it. As I've said before, that you can, through events, you can trigger certain responses. Here, there's a response called report. It has different types. You can report the completion of a training or of your experience, whether he failed or passed or scored, as well as add variables here. Just customized to your design of the VR experience. It's not as straightforward as quizzes, but it has its uses. Now, in addition to the quizzes, there's also a distribution system that benefits both VR experiences created with or without quizzes or surveys. SimLab VR Studio can distribute VR packages or VR experiences either directly through sending files or through the SimLab Cloud, which uses the SimLab Cloud servers, as well as XAPI and SCORM files. So if you use an LMS or an LRS system that utilizes XAPI or SCORM, you can integrate your VR experiences along with the quizzes and the results into that system without any troubles. To export a VR experience, you just need to go to the VR evaluation menu and select export lesson as XAPI, SCORM, and LRS, and it will export a package, and you can integrate it to the system easily. As you can see, it's a SCORM package, or an XAPI package, which can be integrated in Blackboards or Talent Moodle or websites like that, or even if your organization have its own LMS system that supports XAPI or SCORM, SimLab VR Studio can also be integrated with those systems. I'm going to talk about viewing the experiences. Viewing the experiences, as you've seen, uses SimLab VR Viewer, which is a free-to-use software. So the trainees or the students do not have to purchase a software to run the VR experiences. It's just free to use, and it runs on desktop modes that we've seen, or attached VR headsets and wireless devices. The range of devices that are supported is huge. Almost all known brands in the market are supported, by SimLab VR Studio. As you can see, you have Windows and Mac operating systems, as well as HTC Vive and Pro, Oculus Rift and Rift S, also Oculus Quest and Quest 2 and Go for wireless devices, as well as Android and iOS mobile and tablet systems. The next step for SimLab VR Studio, what we're working on right now, is the collaboration in VR. We're almost in demo mode right now. It's going to be released soon, I think, when multiple users can join the same VR experience online, even if they're using different devices. If someone is on a desktop or using a VR headset, they can cooperate and they can work together on a VR experience. It also supports answering quizzes and surveys together in a collaborative VR experience. This is the overview, I think. This is about it. Hopefully it covers the idea behind SimLab VR Studio. Should we take questions now? I don't know.
Sure. I don't have any questions out, but I have one question. So,
Sure.
on my own. So, who is, I mean, I've seen it all looks very simple, intuitive, flexible. Who can benefit from this particular product?
People who work
ideal customer. Sorry?
Yeah, I was saying most of our clients, to be honest, they have something to do with mechanical training or vocational training in general, as well as education, because there's a sense of interactivity that is easy to create with SimLab VR Studio. You don't have to wait a long time or invest a lot of time or money to create an interactive VR experience. In addition to that, visualization is also requested through SimLab VR Studio. For example, showing prototypes of products or models, some real estate, also benefits greatly from interactivity in VR.
Great. Yeah. No, that's what I was thinking, because it seems like it can have a lot of application, especially among our customers. Great. I don't see any questions yet, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the screen back, and I want to show again where you can find SimLab VR Studio on our website. Just search for SimLab VR and the page will appear. You can always call us for information. You can also purchase compatible products. Novedge is really the best way to purchase 3D design software because of all the choices, the freedom to pick and choose between different brands, and the excellent service. So check us out at novedge.com. And I don't see any questions. I guess it was really super clear and intuitive. So thanks again for joining us today, Khalid. I know it's late on your time zone, so I don't want to hold you longer than necessary. Have a great rest of the night, and thanks again for this great demo. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.